The Flynn's Keychain is back with another Tron game. This time it's Tron Deadly Discs for your Intellivision. And I can't decide if these guys are extra large or if this recognizer is extra small. Let's go ahead and take Tron Deadly Discs. Let's pop it in my Intellivision and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. Watch out! Tron Deadly Discs was published by Mattel and released in 1982, the same year that Tron was released into theaters. It was programmed by Steve Sense. The manual opens with the following: score points by knocking out computer-controlled attackers with flying discs. Your task is to bring your man Tron safely through battle after battle. Attacking warriors are also armed with destroyer discs. They'll come at Tron in wave after wave of 3 against 1. You get them, or they'll get Tron. Game difficulty increases dramatically in the latter stages. 100,000 points is a good score. 1,000,000 points is entirely possible. Tron Deadly Discs is a single-screen action game for one player only. The overlay shows that you use your disc to move, the numeric keys to throw your disc in one of 8 directions, and the center to block, which you can only do when holding your disc. The top 3 buttons are used to select game speed, with 1 being slow, 2 being slower, and 3 being the slowest. You can also press the disc itself for the fastest speed, which is what I would recommend. Since the standard Intellivision controller cannot read the disc and numeric keys at the same time, the manual actually recommends using both controllers at the same time, with one hand using the disc on one controller to move with, and the other hand using the numeric keys on the other controller to throw the disc and to block. If you are holding the disc, pressing the block button will put you in a stationary blocking posture. While in this position, you could use the disc to move your shield to block enemy discs for points. Pressing the block button a second time takes you out of the blocking posture, allowing you to move around again. When you throw the disc, you cannot throw it again until it returns to you. You can make it return sooner by pressing any numeric key while it's in the air. Discs can do damage when they're initially thrown and thin, but on their return trip, they are more square-shaped and harmless. Enemies come in waves of 3. Once you clear a screen of enemies, a new wave can begin. But once an enemy warrior is defeated, a new warrior replaces him after 10 seconds. You only have a single life, but you start the game being able to take 3 hits. But at 20,000 points, you could take 4 hits, and at 100,000 points, you could take 5 hits. Every time you are hit, you move a little bit slower, but every 4 seconds, one of your hits gets repaired. The same goes for enemy warriors who could take multiple hits. When you clear a wave of enemies, you become fully repaired for the next one. Enemy warriors come out of doors on the sides. If you hit a door with your disc, you can lock it open, changing its color. If you lock 2 doors that are directly across one another, you can enter one to warp to the other side. Sometimes, if you have a lot of doors locked open, a recognizer will show up in between waves. Touching it means instant death, ending your game. The recognizer will try to close open doors and shoot white sparks that can paralyze you until the work is done. You could stop him and earn extra points by hitting him with your disc in the eye when it turns white. The game contains various enemy warriors. Normal warriors are light blue and take 1 hit to defeat. Bulldog warriors are purple. They are slower and less accurate, but they take 2 hits to defeat. After you earn 10,000 points, dark blue leader warriors can show up. They can use special discs and can increase the skills of other warriors on the screen, but they only take 1 hit to defeat. Standard enemy discs are blue, but brown discs will do double damage, and white discs will home in on you. If you do better than me and pass 1,000,000 points, Orange Guard warriors can show up. Instead of discs, they carry white paralyzer sticks that can end your game with a single hit. They take 4 hits to defeat. The point value for defeating a warrior or blocking their disc depends on your score, so the higher your score, the more they're worth. This means that if you're able to survive in the game, you can really rack up the points near the end. Graphically speaking, this is a fairly basic looking game for the Intellivision, although I do like how the recognizer looks. The game doesn't have a lot of sound effects, but what is there is pretty effective. Family friendly wise, the game would most likely get an E for everyone rating if released today. Currently at pricecharting.com, the game has a value of $5 loose, $9 complete, and $14 new. So what did I think of Tron Deadly Discs? This is a pretty fun single-screen action game for the Intellivision. I found it pretty challenging. I also thought that once you get used to it, the game controls very well, either using 1 or 2 controllers. although I did end up preferring using a single controller myself. I will say that it can be hard at times to throw a disc in the desired direction without looking at the controller, and that I did get stuck at times walking up the side of the walls since they are slightly diagonal. Personally, I do wish that there was a 2-player mode and a way to see how many hits you have taken, but overall this is a solid title that I could play again in the future. So where am I going to rank Tron Deadly Discs? This one's going in the teens among some other solid titles. I do like Venture more at 15, but I will put this over Demon Attack at 16. So out of the 34 games I've now ranked on the Intellivision, Tron Deadly Discs is entering the system at the 16th position. Tron Deadly Discs is a solid Tron game for your Intellivision, but that's just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me both on the Facebook and the Twitter. Check out some of my many other videos and sign up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer, just like Intellivisionary Rick did, to support the show and gain access to exclusive perks. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care and watch out for fatal futuristic frisbees.